Hello friends, first of all thank you for watching this video tutorial. In this video we are going to discuss how to fetch data from MySQL table and load that data into Bootstrap popover plugin by using PHP with Ajax JQuery without page refresh event. In one of the previous video tutorial we have discussing on how to fetch data from MySQL table and load that data into Bootstrap tooltip by using PHP with Ajax JQuery. First of all, what is popover? In web development, popover is the same as Bootstrap tooltip JavaScript plugin that will pop up. Small amount of content will display if we have click on any HTML element on which we have applied popover. The main difference between tooltips and popover is that in popover we can contain much more content than tooltips. In this video we can show that when we have click on element, then at that time one pop-up message box will appear on the screen with some data. This pop-up message box is Bootstrap popover and it has been initialized by JQuery, and here data is dynamic. This data has been fetched from MySQL table by using PHP script with help of JQuery and Ajax. By using Ajax we can load this type of data without page refresh event. With the help of this Bootstrap popover we can display text message for particular element when click on that element, and by using this we can also load dynamic data into this Bootstrap popover. This type of feature will added functionality of your PHP application, and we can see some type of dynamic data into this Bootstrap popover without opening of any web page. Now let us start writing code, but we have C database. This is our testing database, and in this database we have one employee table with table column like id, name, address, gender, designation, age and employee image. In this table we have already inserted some data into this table. First we will fetch only id and name from this table and display on web page, and other table data we will be load dynamically into Bootstrap popover. In this application we have store employee images under images folder of our working folder. We will fetch employee images from this images folder and display under Bootstrap popover dynamically. This is our index.php page, and under this page we have added cd and link of JavaScript library JQuery for using JQuery code on this page, and we have also added cd and link of Bootstrap CSS framework for using functionality of Bootstrap on this page. This way we have added JQuery and Bootstrap on this page. First we want to fetch employee id and name data on this web page. So for this first we have make database connection. So for this we have write $connect variable is equal to miscli connect function with 4 argument like host name is equal to localhost, username is equal to root, password set to blank and database name set to testing. After making database connection now we have write $query variable is equal to select start from table employee order by id in descending order. This query will fetch employee data from table. Now we want to execute this query, so we have write $result variable is equal to miscli query function with 2 argument. In first argument we have write database connection string which is $connect variable, and in second argument we have write query which we have store into this $query variable. This function will execute query and store result into this query variable. After this we want to display this query result into HTML table, so here we have already create one table with 2 table column like id and name. So in this table we want to print employee table data, so we have write while loop open and close bracket, and between bracket we have write $row variable is equal to miscli fetch array function with 1 argument like $result variable. This function will convert query result data to associative array and store into this $row variable. Now we want to print data in HTML table format, so we have write open and close table row tag, and between this tag we have write 2 table data tag. In first table data tag we have print $id, So here we have write echo statement with $row array with key name id. This will print employee id in this table data tag. After this we want to print employee name, so we have write echo statement with $row array with key name. This will print employee name under this table data tag. When mouse click on this any of employee name, then at that time other details of that employee must be loaded under Bootstrap popover. So for this first have put this employee name data between anchor tag, so we have write anchor tag with attribute ref is equal to hashtag class is equal to hover, it is equal to open and close PHP tag, and between this tag we have write echo statement with $row array with key id. Here we will use hover class name as JQuery selector, and in id we have store employee id data into this id attribute. Based on this id we will fetch particular employee data from table and load into Bootstrap popover. After displaying employee id and name data on web page in HTML table, now we have moved to write JQuery code for activate Bootstrap popover on employee name data with class hover. So here we have write $with JQuery selector hover class.popover method. This method will activate Bootstrap popover plugin on this hover class element. We have in hover class we have write employee name. So when click on this element, then popover pop-up message box will appear on web page. In this popover JavaScript method we can define some option into this method. First we want to define which text you want to load into this Bootstrap popover, so here we have write title with fetch data. Here fetch data is JQuery function, and it will fetch data from MySQL table by using PHP with Ajax, and this data will be loaded into Bootstrap popover by this title option. In popover we want to allow the HTML tag also, so we can also set these things into popover method. So for this we have write HTML option set to true. With this option we can allow the HTML tag into Bootstrap popover. This way we can set popover option as per our requirement. There is some more other option available as per your requirement. After load popover by JavaScript, now we have write fetch data function for fetch particular employee data from table and load that data into popover, so we have write function with name fetch data. Under this function first we have defined fetch data variable is equal to blank. In this variable we will store data which we have received from Ajax method, and after this we will return the data of this fetch variable as output of this function. After this we have write element variable is equal to $this. In this element variable we have stored the hover class element data on which mouse has been clicked by using $this element and store into this element variable. After this we have write variable id is equal to element variable dot attribute method with attribute id. Here we have store value of attribute into this id variable, and we have get id from element variable in which we have store hover class element on which popover pop-up message box has been apparent, in id attribute we have store employee id data. Now we have write Ajax method, and in this method first we have write URL set to fetch.php. Here we want to send request to this fetch.php script. Then after we have write method set to post, here we have set post method for send data to server. After this we have write asynchronous set to false. By default, all requests are sent asynchronously, that means this is set to true by default. If you need synchronous requests, set this option to false. After this which data we have want to send to server, here we want to send id data send to server. And lastly we have write success callback function. This function has been called if request sent succeeds, and this function will receive data from server which we can get from this function data argument. So we want to store which data we have get from server into this fetch data local variable, so we have write fetch data is equal to data. This will store all data into this fetch data variable. This way we have store all data which we have received from server into this fetch data local variable. Now we want to return data of fetch data variable as function output, so we have write return statement with variable name fetch data variable. This way we have returned the output of this function, and this function has been called from popover method title option, so output of this function has been stored into this title option of popover method. Now we have moved to write PHP code on fetch.php page. So on this page first we have write if statement with condition like is set function with $posted variable. This $posted variable has been received from Ajax method, and this condition will check value of this variable has been set or not. If value is set, then it will execute if block of code, otherwise no action will perform. In this if block of code first we have make database connection, and after making database connection we have write one output variable is equal to blank. In this variable we will store particular employee data in HTML format, and we will store data of this variable sent back to Ajax method. After this we have write $query variable is equal to select star from table employee, where it is equal to $posted variable. This query will fetch particular employee data from table. Then after we have write $result variable is equal to miscli query function with two argument. In first argument we have write $connect variable which is database connection string, and in second argument we have write $query variable in which we have store select query. This function will execute query and store result into this result variable. Now we have write while loop open and close bracket, and between bracket we have write $row is equal to miscli fetch array function with one argument like $result variable. This function will convert query result into associative array and store into this $row variable. In this while loop block we want to store employee table data in HTML format, so for this we have write $output variable is equal to image tagged with attribute source is equal to images, which is folder name in which we have store employee image slash $row array with image key. This will display employee image. After this we want to print employee name, address, gender, designation and age of employee, so for name we have write $row array with key name, it will print employee name. For address we have write $row array with key address, it will print address. For gender we have write $row with array key gender, it will print employee gender. For designation we have write $row with array key designation, it will print employee designation, and for print age we have write $row array with key age, this will print employee age and store into this output variable. This way we have store employee data under this output variable. Now we want to send value of this output variable data to Ajax success callback function. So for this we have write echo statement with $output variable. This way we can send data of this output variable to Ajax callback function, and via that function this data will be sent to Bootstrap popover, and this data will be loaded into Bootstrap popover dynamically. So friends, our code is ready, so we have saved this code and check output in browser. Friends, we can see that employee data like employee ID and employee name on web page in HTML table format. So when we have click on the employee name, then at the time we can show popover with employee details like employee picture, employee name, address, designation, age. When we have click on any other employee name, then at that time that employee detail has been loaded into Bootstrap popover without page refresh. This way we can load dynamic MySQL table data into Bootstrap popover by using PHP script with JQuery and Ajax. In this system we have fetch MySQL table data by using PHP script, and we have execute PHP script by using Ajax method, and in JQuery function we have used Ajax method, and by Bootstrap popover method we have called JQuery function, and so this way we can load dynamic HTML data into Bootstrap popover. So friends, if you like this video tutorial, please share this video tutorial with your friends, and you can also share this video tutorial on social media also. Friends, if you want to get more update of my video tutorial, so you can subscribe my YouTube channel. Friends, you can also like my Facebook page, or you can also follow Webs Listen on Twitter.